Hello friend. It's been a wild and crazy week in the stock market, and the U.S. federal government just approved a $768 billion stimulus package just last night, Friday night. How well will that help the economy? I don't know. What I do know is that the stock market was down over 5% this last week. And who knows where things are going to go from here. It could get a lot worse. A year ago, the stock market was at 14,000, the Dow was, and now it's about 7,500. So it's almost down 50% from a year ago. I have an important question to ask you. Is traditional financial advice, traditional financial planning working for you? I was just on one of the biggest talk show host website in the whole country, and their financial expert said that if you're in your 50s and the market's going down, keep contributing to it. You just have to write it out. This is one of those 30% when the market's going down. Well, let me ask you a question. Is that kind of advice working for you? Are you happy with those results? Are you willing to settle and continue to get those kind of substandard results for yourself? If you're not, I encourage you, be willing to unplug from the financial matrix. Start thinking for yourself. Start thinking independently when it comes to your finances. For example, just to give you one simple example, I know a group of people that I work with who invest in the stock market in a very non-traditional way that actually is structured to produce cash flow for you. They average about 1% a month return, and actually for fourth quarter 2008, when the market as a whole was down 30%, in fourth quarter 2008, they actually made 1.5% in that quarter. They made about 0.5% October, November, and December. So let me ask you an important question. If most of your nest egg, everything that you've worked your whole life to attain, is in the stock market and mutual funds right now, or just in regular stocks, are you willing to risk losing another 10, 20, 30% of your nest egg in the next months to 6 months? Or would you rather shift your strategy slightly, if you knew how, and start to create some cash flow for yourself and actually still make money in the stock market, even if the market as a whole keeps tanking? If you are, I encourage you to do two things. Number one, realize that it's not your fault, and it's okay that you don't know everything. Most of the people that you've been trusting your whole life, the people you see on TV and financial newspapers and financial magazines, are plugged into this traditional way of thinking. And they just don't have the kind of solutions that you need when you're looking to really create financial security for yourself. When the market's going up, all this traditional advice seems like it works pretty good. But when the market's tanking like it is right now, there are a lot of holes that are revealed in the armor, where there's a lot of weaknesses in the financial techniques that are traditionally espoused. So that's the first thing I want to remind you of, that it's not your fault, and you don't need to feel bad that you've been experiencing these kind of substandard financial results. Number two, I want to encourage you that in order to get a new result, you need to have a new level of thinking. Albert Einstein said that in order to solve a problem, you can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created the problem in the first place. So I would encourage you, be willing to expand your thinking. Think in a way you've never thought before. When it comes to your investments, consider doing something radical. Get all your money out of the stock market, in mutual funds that is, and invest in the stock market in a way that's safer and that provides cash flow for you and that serves you. It is possible to do that. You just need to be working with the right people who have the right skill sets that aren't doing the traditional things. So it's 2009. It's the 40th anniversary of Woodstock. If we learned anything from Woodstock, it's that when you decide to be revolutionary, you decide to go against the grain of the norm, that you can really make a change. And a whole generation made that change in the United States. And right now, in 2009, you have the opportunity, this moment, to make a dramatic, revolutionary improvement in your personal finances as well. So I encourage you, start to think differently. Realize it's not your fault that you're getting the kind of results that you're getting. And by all means, be willing to expand your thinking and raise the level of your thinking. You'll be glad that you did. Your checkbook will be glad that you did. And when you develop these new skill sets, you can pass them on to your kids, and your family will be glad that you did as well. To learn more, go to my website, yourprosperitypower.com/free report. It should pop up on the screen in a moment here, and I'd be glad to share with you some more techniques that will help empower you right now in the midst of the recession that's going on in America. I encourage you to leverage all that you've got to get all that you want. Until the next time, this is David Newby signing off.